Welcome to Driftwood and Shine. I'm Debbie, and tonight I told y'all a while back that we were going to make just a really simple Walmart wreath out of just one bunch of flowers. Just to show you that it can be done. It won't be the big and fancy kind, but it'll be beautiful. Now I've got to try to get this tag off. Whew. This is a Hobby Lobby wreath, guys, and it was $5.99, and I got it 40% off. So I paid 6 times 6, $3.60. It's a nice grapevine wreath, and I kind of like all the stuff in it. You see all the, yeah, could be called trash, but I like it. And this is our one bundle flower thing from Walmart. It's a, where's the tag? There. It's a delphinium mixed bouquet. Delphinium mixed, because it is mixed with everything. Mixed bouquet. And we're also going to use just a small fern bush. You see, it's very small. But to start, we're going to make our bow, because this is when we're using just a few additives. Make your bow first, get your bow set in place, and then you build from the bow, okay? So I've got some gray ribbon. I'm not going to use black this time. Y'all know I like to use black and white on ribbons, but we're going to use the gray. And this was a Christmas ribbon. Yeah, it says $4.98, and I got it after Christmas when it was 75% off. So, been $1 and like, I think 25 cents, $1 and something like that. But we're just going to make one in our hand, guys. I'm going to cut this part off. I'm going to go ahead and dovetail it, as a matter of fact. Let me just go ahead and dovetail it. I took all my good scissors up there to the office when I was working on the wedding stuff, and it's still up there at the office. So, anyhow, y'all sprinkle this out so we can get as many watching as we can. And I'm just going to roll me off a little bit of ribbon here. And I'm going to make, you can kind of judge, like in my mind, I've got either a sideways bouquet or one that comes from here, which, I mean, it can be there too. But I don't want, in my mind, I'm not putting it at the top. It'll either be sideways or down here. So I just have to determine how long I want my ribbon to be. And I'm thinking that's about, I'm going to say 8 to 10 inches. And then you just gather it up. And this is two-sided ribbon, guys, so I don't have to flip. I mean, it's the same on both sides. So I'm going to just make my bow. Got so much pulled out here. You do have to gather it up, of course, and then just kind of make sure that your ribbon, you know, your loops are about the same size. Gather it, and then we're just going to keep building on itself. I'm just checking my ribbon every so often just to make sure that my loops are the same, about the same size. They don't have to be exact, but close. You want them close. And we're going to build, let's see, I'm going to put that down there so maybe I can work with it a little better. We're going to make, let's see, I think our gray part will do, because I want it to be little but full. So I'm going to do, I think, I'm going to do 8 loops, I think. I really think I am. Or maybe just 7. Maybe just 7 loops. Okay, there's 7. So let's cut it off. And you can do 8. You can do whatever you... You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do 8. I'm going to go ahead and do 8. Now we'll cut it off. But see, all I did, literally, you see the loops? See the loops? All I did was back and forth and back and forth. And I'm going to cut this off. It may be a little bit long, but the way I'm holding it, it's hard to judge that. And then that loop will come down here, where this loop is here. Then that loop will come down. Okay? So we've got it gathered. Now I'm going to go ahead and kind of fold it out. Just pulling my loops. And I'm going to go ahead and put this chenille stem around it. Pipe cleaner, chenille stem, same thing, guys. And I'm not tightening it tight. Look, I'm just going to tighten it one time because now I'm going to make the second part. We're going to use this pretty pink. And I know those are mostly peach, but if you look, they have little bits of pink. Like this flower has the pink and stuff. So I wanted to kind of pull out that pink. So we're going to use pink ribbon. And let's see. Now see, this is two-sided. See how the back side is light and the front side is dark. So I'm going to have to make sure that I make, account for that. So I'm again going to have about an 8-inch little loop. I'm going to make my loop. And this time, if you'll notice, I don't know if you can tell, I'm going a little bit smaller, just a little bit smaller this time with my pink. Now I have to flip it, twist it just like that, so that my bright color stays up top. Check and make sure I have my loops about the same. Twist it again. And this time, let's see, we'll do 6 loops of the pink. Twist it. Twist it. And twist it. Okay, now we'll cut this off. Got to bring my good scissors back. Okay, now we're going to take this, separate it out there in the middle. We're just going to put that there. I'm going to untwist my chenille stem. And see, I'm kind of holding. See how I've got both ribbons? I'm kind of holding both ribbons. I'm just going to pull that chenille stem out just like that. Put my chenille stem back down in the middle. Now this time, y'all know how I do it. Or those that have been watching a while, I'll show you. Get it about even. Kind of have it in the middle of your ribbons. And then I take my hand and I push my ribbon down. Just like that. And then I twist my chenille stem one time. See, I twisted this hand. Now I take and twist the actual ribbon because that tightens your chenille stem down on it. Makes it good and tight. Now I've got to decide, because this is little odd shape. Not perfectly round. But I still think I'm going to go with the side, guys. So we're going to go ahead and put our ribbon through here. Our chenille stem through our grapevine. And just do it the best you can, guys. You just kind of wiggle it and kind of get it in there. And see, I hadn't fluffed it yet because I've got to get it down here and get it real tight. So we're going to pull it real tight. And we can go ahead and cut that off. We had a really, really good birthday supper, guys, for those of you that knew. I know I only popped on for just a quick minute, but it was really good. Okay, now we're going to take remember we take our fingers, and I'm going to have to turn that around because I've got my loops going up. I got my tails going up. Okay, and just you use your fingers inside your loops We're just going to kind of pull them out in opposite directions when you pull them. Just pull them kind of in opposite directions. And we're going to do the same thing with the little pink ones. We're just going to pull them. And then you can just kind of, you know, do like that. Let me go ahead and dovetail the ends of these. See, all you do is fold them together and cut a triangle out of them. And you're just making a dovetail. See, like that, I've got them folded together. Then I just cut a triangle out of them. Get this one. This one was a little long. Not too long, though. I've done pretty good on that one with my little guesstimating cutting. Pretty good. Then we'll be through with the ribbon. And now this is going to go pretty quick, guys. Remember, just every now and then, you know, once you look, get your ribbon fluffed up. And just use your fingers. Don't use your hands. Use your use your hands, I guess I should say. The whole hand inside your ribbon. Don't try to just do it like this and straighten it, because you can't do that. You got to put your whole hand up in there and kind of straighten. Okay, now let's get busy. Now these are made to where the ends just pull off, just like this. So I'm going to just pull them all off. And we're just going to kind of use these few, and I don't even know how much this costs, guys. It's from Walmart, but I'm pretty sure it's really, oh, I know how much it is. It's 97 cents. Because it comes from the back. Or in the back of ours. We have some flowers over by the material, and that's where these came from. Okay, these little ones, I am going to go ahead and cut them off about right there. See if I had any other small ones. Those are the only small ones. Okay. Now what we're going to do to form our base, let me move this over. Here's the side of our wreath. Need some. We'll keep working this till when I look at it and I see something that needs done, and that's what you'll do too. You'll just keep working it. You'll see. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take our bigger ones. Kind of lay these out so I can kind of tell. Okay, we have 3 bigger ones. So our top, we're going to use our top whenever you have odd, guys. Use your, like we have 3 of these, the darker ones. I use 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom because your bottom is not like the main focus, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So just use 2 at the top. And all we're going to do is put some hot glue on these. Don't want to drop it on me. Lift your ribbon up, and we're going to put it right down under it. And see, we're just going to kind of let it lay. Let it flow down there. Same thing. That one went to the front, so this one we're going to kind of have to our inside. See how that one went up to the top, so this one we're going to bring to our inside. Then we're going to take our other dark one, big one, and we'll put it at the bottom. Raise your ribbon up, put it up under your ribbon. Because I'm not even sticking these, guys, into the actual wreath form. I'm actually just sticking it underneath that ribbon, and then that way the material and the glue kind of melts down into the grapevine, but it sticks to that material. So I'm just kind of sticking it inside that. And see, look how I'm doing them. I'm not trying to see how I'm letting them kind of come out a little bit like this and like this. You don't want to just follow the direction of your wreath. Wreath. You kind of do, but you don't want it to look like that's what you're doing. Now, since we put 2 of the big ones at the top, we're going to put 2 of the little ones at the bottom because we have 3 of those also. So you just get up under there. And we'll put this one up here. And then we'll put that little one up here. Just get up under there. See? Now, we're going to cut this apart. I'm going to save this little bitty one in case we need him at the top. That's what we'll do. Now, I'm going to cut this apart. And for right now, I'm going to cut them all basically the same length. We will be making them different lengths as we start putting them in. But now I'm just going to cut them off, kind of down low. We can get that off. So really, let's see, we've got $3. Let's see, $5.98, $6.36, $3.60, and then this is a $5 and I want to say 87-cent flower arrangement. And then that other thing was 97 cents. So $3.60 and then $4.60 plus our flowers, $6. So right just over $10 we're going to have a flower arrangement. Now let me show you something. See this leaf thing that's gotten loose and it's kind of flopping like that. We're going to go ahead, because we're not going to put them all the way up here this time, because we need some of the greenery spread out, because we're just using one flower arrangement. So we're going to take them just about that far down, say 3 inches. I want to make sure this is glued in place. I don't want him to move once I put him in there. So I'm just going to stick some hot glue in there. That way he'll have time to sit up before I go to use him. Just do that whenever you find a leaf that kind of moves a little too much. Or even a flower for that matter. You can hot glue the flowers too. Now for this, since we are using one, what we're going to do is kind of spread them out and use, if we use one up top, we'll use one down bottom, unless they have an odd number, and then like I said, we'll use more of them at the top. And then, you know, kind of spread it out. We'll see. Okay, so let's see what we have here. We'll keep all the ones that are kind of the same together. So we have 3 of those. We have 2 of those. We have 3 of those. And then we have 3 of these. 3 of these. Since this is our bigger one, we'll use 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. These are the smaller ones. We'll use 1 at the top and 2 at the bottom. See how we just kind of change that up, okay? But I'm going to just lay them over here so that I can get to them. These, since these are built like this, we're going to use them first. And I'll show you. You use them to kind of form we're going to test them out and see exactly where we want to put them. See, that's a little too far up. Can you, trying to make sure, there. That's a little too far up because, see, our greenery is ending right in here. So we can go just a little bit above our greenery, but we don't want to go very far above our greenery. So you can just kind of figure over here. See how I'm holding it right here? I can figure about where I want to cut it off at. And then what we're going to do, because these are little ends, guys, we're just going to go ahead and stick it in. That's about right. Now I am going to kind of form it. Did you see how I used my finger and kind of bent that wire so it can go that way? Now since that's a little end, I'm going to go ahead and put me some hot glue over it. I didn't try to put it on it because it is a little end. Now we'll do the same thing with this one, but we're going to come down just a pinch. See how this one goes up here? Then we'll bring this one down just a pinch. So, let's see. About right in there. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. Now, if I'd gotten out my, see I've got it, here's here, and here's here. And that's going to kind of stick up a little bit. I'm going to bend it down just a pinch. I want it to stick some because I don't want to have, you know, a flat flower arrangement. So I want it to stick up some. Okay, now we're going to use one of these up here. So we're going to put him about right in here. And then we'll turn him out so he can be seen. Like this. Let's see about where we want him. About right in there. Just get in here and we can get under them flowers. Under all that. And kind of get him where we want him. I'm going to pull his leaf up a little bit. See how his leaf, we're going to pull it up just a little bit. I want him sticking up, but I want him down. Sticking up, but down. Ouch. Stuck my finger right in that hot glue. And then I'm just sticking some more hot glue in there. Now, we've got two of our big ones. And you see how I'm doing? I'm picking my prettiest one to go up at the top. And we want her, or it, whatever you want to call it. I am going to push this leaf up a little bit. I have these leaves here. I'm going to push this one up a little bit. Want it about right in here. See how we're forming, kind of coming into our bow. And I'm not a professional wreath person, guys. I used to do them years and years and years ago. But they've come so far since I done them. Miss Dawn can teach us how to do wreaths. Okay, now I'm going to put her some hot glue in there to hold her in place. Now we've got these. We do have 3 of these, guys, but since I've got this pretty full, let's see. I like this one. This one's big and pretty. We're going to bring her to the outside. Probably go back up there a little bit. Oops, throwing them down. Trying to look. You have to look at it and see. Because I like her to the outside right over there. So we're going to push her leaves up some. And we're going to cut her off pretty short. And we're going to leave her kind of to the outside. I'm just sticking it in. Find somewhere you can stick it that it'll stay. And then make sure you secure it in there. Okay. Now, let me hold it up. It's not completely dry, but let me hold it up so I can see. Might have to push her down a little bit. About turned that one upside down, but he'll be okay. Kind of want him up here a little bit, so I'm going to bend my wire just a little bit. You can manipulate these flowers, guys. Now, like that. Now, the ribbon looks all squished right now. We will pull it back out. Let me get my ribbon, my flower dropped. Okay, now let's start with our long one. We're going to bring her down about that far. And I'm just showing you how you can take and make like a nice wreath. It's not overly full, but it's a nice wreath. And not spend like, because wreaths can, whoo, Miss Dawn can tell you, they can wind up costing some money. Wreaths get expensive, more especially floral wreaths. They get very expensive. Okay, now we've got 2 of our little flowers. This one may not need any cutting. Let's see. We're just going to stick her under there. And see how I'm bending her into that way a little bit. That one, that hot glue hadn't set up on her yet. Sticking that up a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue on this one because that I can tell it doesn't want to stay in place. You just kind of have to determine where you want it. Right in there. Now we're going to put this one. Now let's go ahead and do our big one. Go ahead and do our big one right now. Can y'all? Yeah, y'all can still see me. Let me turn it around this way, and maybe y'all can see that a little bit better. See, I've got, and we're using our leaves kind of as our greenery, just to keep the cost down. I'm just turning that out a little bit, guys, not much. Once all that hot glue sets up, then it'll be held in place. Now we're going to put this one over here just like we did that one. And since we've got a second one of these, what I'm going to do is bring this one to the inside down here. Let me look at it. You have to hold it up and look at it. I really don't like that pink ribbon, guys. It's too pink. I thought it would bring out the pink, but it's really too pink. So we may take our ribbon back off if I can get it off, and change that up a little bit because that's too pink. Thought it would bring out the pink in them flowers, but it doesn't. It overpowers the wreath. It kind of takes away from, oops, I was fixing to stick that glue on it and burn myself. Now we're just sticking this up on here. And when these flowers now, I am sticking into the actual grapevine. Got so many down there, it's not wanting to go. And that needs to be a little bit shorter. There. Okay, now I'm going to see if I can get this ribbon off real quick because we're just going to have a gray ribbon. I cut the ends so short, I don't know if I can get it off or not. But that pink just does not do it. And guys, it's okay to change your mind. It is okay when you're looking at it to say, no, that don't work. Don't want to squish my ribbon, my flowers. But that does not work. Let's see if we can get him out. Oops. I forgot I stuck my greenery to it. Let me see if I can. I'm going to see if I can get it out without disturbing my greenery. There. But now you can see our greenery and our flowers. One bouquet. You can do it with one bouquet. Okay, let's see if we can get this pink off because it doesn't work. The pink doesn't work. Doesn't work. Okay, now I'm going to try to hold my gray one as I pull this out so that I don't have to redo it. But that pink is not the right color. I'm going to have to get my gray because we're going to have a little bit of smaller loops, guys. Smaller loops. I think I'm going to go ahead and make tails again too, though, because they just look prettier with tails. So let's hurry up and get it done. I'm going to just make smaller loops. so that we can fill in that middle part of the bow. We want to just fill it in. And what we could do, I don't have it. I don't have any right now that I know of. If I could find some little peach colored flowers, then I could put some peach color in amongst the gray, like down in the ribbon. Oh, we've got some other greenery we forgot to use. So we'll use them right quick too. Ooh. Bring my other scissors back, man. Okay. Now I got to hold this. Make sure I keep it in the middle. Make sure that you kind of hold it in the middle. More especially when you're trying to finagle like this. But bows are forgiving, guys. Even if we had to start over. I mean, we've already got all our, where it's crushed together and stuff like that. So we kind of have where they go together anyway. Like that. Now it's going to be getting it back through this grapevine. Okay. I'm going to twist it one time. And then this time I'm going to twist this a couple times. I can't twist it too much because then it'll use up too much of my stem. I'm hoping I can get it back through here. Or you know what I could do? There's a the hard reed that's made to hold it together is right here at me. I'm gonna just use it to tighten it down on. That way it won't have to have as much. Let's see if I can get this around there. We'll straighten our bow out when we get this down here like we need it. Just trying to get it under here so I can use it to tighten it. And I may have to hot glue, some of our greenery down again since I had it glued to the ribbon originally. There. Now then. And we can't even twist it. Bring our ribbons this way and twist it a little bit tighter like that. Now, again, we're going to pull our loops with our whole hand up in the loop. And you just twist them opposite directions. We've got a pretty good size loop going on now. I mean, bow, so we'll work it. Get some of them down here. Some of them up here. I think I pulled that one too much, but that's okay. That's okay. Now I'm just fluffing out this bow because we got us a big old bow going on now. And you don't want it, since we've got our flowers, you want to make sure we keep our loops down so they don't take over our flowers. I can really tell I did not tighten down that chenille stem that second time. So don't, if you do that, if you have to do like we just did, don't pull it real tight, because if you don't have your chenille stem real tight, you'll pull your loops all the way out of your bow. So just make sure you don't do that. Let me get this one cut. And then I think we're just about through, guys. But here's a simple way. And guys, this is something you can take to the grave side if you have, you know, you've lost somebody and you want to take something out there, but you don't have a lot of money to spend. Like this one I pulled about too long, but that's okay. He can get up in there. We've got our bows coming down this way and our bows coming down this way. And see, you can do it. Oh, I like it with just the gray though. But see how big our bow is? That is a nice, big, huge bow. So we've got a big old bow because we don't have a whole lot of the flowers. But look, and then you could do it like this. But if you did it like this, just make sure all these go down like these are. Like these right here are. But see, I'm going to do mine to the side like this. So you want some of your tails in here and some out here. And if you were doing them up here, then you'd want the tails to come down this way. But there you go, guys. I mean, you can take a Walmart, just one Walmart thing, and then that night I did this little, you know, here, just to give us some base greenery under there. But to be honest with you, these flowers done pretty good. They had quite a bit of greenery. So, but you can see our ferns and see, isn't that cute? And I can even, because he looks a little lopsided when I hold him up to you, so I can pull him over that way. But if you don't mess your chenille stem up like I did, then, you know, you'll be fine. Just don't do like I did. Do like I say, not like I did. Alright guys, that's it. I just wanted to show you. I really like this gray though with the peach. That's perfect. See, sometimes the accidents are what turn out to be the prettiest. But there you go, guys. And if you had enough money, now, if you had enough money, if you could buy you 2 of these, leave these, the long, I'm not sure what kind of flowers these are, but leave them a little bit longer, and then kind of lead out with your flowers just a little bit longer. And if you had enough to get 2 of them, you'd actually have an even number of your flowers, so you could do the same on the top and the same on the bottom. So that would be really pretty too. But see, I just made a big old bow because we don't have a whole lot of flowers. But, I mean, it's beautiful. But see how we led up at the top? And that kind of makes our top. But that's it, guys. I just wanted to pop on when we got home from eating and share this because I bought it. I bought one. Y'all know how I do. I bought one back when I told you I was going to do it, and I cannot locate it at all. So today when I was in Walmart, I said, well, I'm getting one right now, and I can do it today and go ahead and not lose it and get it done. So I got it done. But there you go. Hey, and even to save a little bit of money, guys, you know, they don't make these big grapevines at Dollar Tree, but they do have the willow looking ones. They're a little bit smaller, but with this few of flowers, then you'd have most of your willow thing would be covered in flowers. So that would be, you know, that would be pretty cool. So, but with that, now I wouldn't make as big a bow because that little wreath, it's probably about this size, like that. It don't come way out here. It's more like this. So, anyhow. But there you go, guys. And that's it for tonight. And we'll see you tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for devotion. And also, we'll be sharing the singing in the morning. Thank you guys that do watch the singing. We have some really good singers. We really do. So, but that's it, guys. I love you. Don't make you a wreath. I mean, we bought this for 40% off at Hobby Lobby. Paid around $3.60. This was $5 and I cut that tag off. It was $5.49, $5.89 something. Here it is. No, that's the fern. I'm not sure what I've done with it. But anyhow, around $5.89, we'll just say. $6. So we'll count that $6. So $3.60 and $6 is $9.60. We do have about $1.25 in the ribbon, but I've still got half a roll. So really, we used about, say, 60 cents. And then this one thing here. So for around $11, guys, you got a really nice wreath to take out to the cemetery or to hang on your front door for spring. I mean, anything. So y'all make you one. All right, love you guys. Bye.